Side by side in his mirror. He's playing with the bottom here. Stay with the bottom. Big wreck in your mirror. Big wreck in your mirror. Oh no! Oh my God! That looks awful.
Tarnation TV is what it is. NASCAR Racing 2003 season is the sim we're using still after all these years. Old faithful. Thanks for joining us here this evening, Saturday night, All-Stars Racing League. Race number 7 of 10. Really tight at the top of this chart, or points standings, if you will call them whatever you will. But yeah, super competitive as it always is. These guys run right down to the last lap of the final race. No fancy playoffs, none of that. Just let's track points, let's run laps. Last week was a long broadcast. We won't talk about that, but hey, there's still a winner, and there's still points to be given. So it all comes into this race now, and we're getting into crunch time. So, three-man booth again tonight. My name is Blaine Donlin, joined by Brown Wolf and Sir Rod Weston.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be back. Glad, I missed it last week, but I didn't miss going out there and winning the race again, so that was kind of fun. I can see we're back on our little small swivel stools here. Blaine, stop spinning. You're good. But anyways, points. You guys talked about points there. It is pretty tight. We are a little confused. We thought possibly that Josh Metallic had taken over the lead last week, but when we got in there tonight, it had Brian Schill in there, 5 points ahead of Josh Metallic. Dennis McCarthy, tonight's sponsor for tonight's 40 points back, Cody Lamas 50 back, and Rodney Sullins and Daniel Carroll and Ken Roberts, who was not with us tonight, are all tied for fifth spot at 51. So pretty good. I'm going to get to Brian Wolf so that we can get Dennis McCarthy down here and get his thing started. So Brian, take it away.
Oh man, we got a doozy for you tonight. This is actually perfect timing for us. These guys, right before I came in here, guys, I was up in the race room talking to them and thanking these guys for getting on board with our host to race deal. They have taken it just above and beyond. I mean, from what I understand, there's a trophy involved tonight. We have Dennis McCarthy is our host this week, and he's bringing to us the Trophy Hut 175. The Trophy Hut is actually just what it sounds like. It's all about recognition and motivational products, trophies, placards, awards, things of that nature. That's about what I know about it. But what a perfect fit for this. I know we don't have a huge demographic, but the demographic we have is totally suited to this. Other leagues might hire this guy to make them some trophies for their leagues, or somebody out there will see it. So we do have Dennis.
Yeah, okay. We have him mic'd up down there. Dennis, you got Rod, Blaine, and he's got a copy. You got it. There you go, Rod. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for doing this for us tonight, man. Tell us all about the Trophy Hut.
Yeah, it's a buddy of mine. His family, his father, Rich, started a sporting good company on Long Island in about the early 1970s, and probably just went out of the sporting good business a couple of years ago. But along the way, they started doing trophies, and they kept the trophy part for their 10 children that they have, and they're the nicest people you'd ever meet. On my car, I have a Hope House Ministries. I actually got his dad's name over the driver's side and his mom's over the passenger who passed away in the past couple of years. And I thought I heard you saying, Brian, for the demographic that we have, and I'm sure you guys get this too, if you don't like NASCAR, you have no idea what we do. So that's what these guys are kind of like when I sent them the link and the picture of the car and, was ordering the trophy. And I'm like, he's just looking like I'm crazy. But along the way, like you just said, maybe we can get him some business here and just support him. This guy supports everybody. He's the most generous person I've ever met. And big part of the community. So to carry his company, I'm proud to do it, and hopefully I can get him into winner circle.
Absolutely, man. I want to see you go after it. They haven't quite hit the qualifying button yet. It is Lotto tonight, so we can keep you here for just another minute. But Ken Roberts is our lead admin for this series, and he's unfortunately not going to be here. But I know he was actually leaning towards contacting the Trophy Hut and maybe possibly for our awards for next season, season 4 coming up. But again, thank you so much for doing this for us, man. You guys have gone. This thing has exceeded anything we really expected. But man, it's really been fun. We've been providing each other opportunities, and it's just been blowing up, man. And it's because of guys like you and what you bring to the table that make it. So we thank you, man. And I know Ken thanks you too.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love it. It's such a good little program type thing. Takes a little financial off of Dave Chin, who's just been so good to us. And it gets everybody involved, which makes it more of our own, more organic for us, and seeing a little piece of what people are about. So it's a really good thing, and glad that we're doing it. I think I heard you say we're booked for halfway through season 4, which is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And again, I don't know if you have any more planned, but we got some spots open for season 4 coming up, and we don't even have a solid schedule yet, actually, because we're, that'll be running through the holidays and stuff like that. And there's, conflicts with scheduling. But anyway, yeah, man, thanks so much for doing this for us. I want to see you go get him tonight, man. I know.
Yeah, I'd rather be talking to you at the end of the race. As much as this is great, it's always a lot. But maybe I'll see you guys later. And thanks for all you guys do, and Bryant Motorsports, and just the whole admin team. You guys really do a great job. And see if I can get this Chevy 2.4 into the winner circle tonight for the Trophy Hut.
Absolutely, man. And thanks for putting up a trophy. I mean, that's the part that goes beyond, it just goes beyond what we expect, man. And it's absolutely cool.
Absolutely. I won a T-shirt a couple of races ago, and it came in the mail a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, oh man, this is nice. I added a little bit more to it.
Yeah, actually, we need to thank not only you, but all the guys that have gotten involved with this deal, with this host race thing. Man, it's been I couldn't be happier with it. But again, it's guys like you, putting
and
up
even better,
putting it up.
Me and Rod on the front row. I just saw the qualifying. You racing tonight, Rod?
No, I'm up here, buddy. But
all right, that means
I know you're going to miss me because you and I love.
No, that means I got the pole, so I get an instant FaceTime for the Trophy Hut.
Look at that! I got the pole. Look at that. That's freaking wow, man! I knew that new car was fast.
Attaboy. Hey guys, I hope to talk to you later on. That'll be
absolutely, man. Go get them. I know you want to get to your driver's meeting, man. And thanks again, and thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you later.
Thank you, Brian, Blaine, Rod. Appreciate it.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, Dennis.
Thank you, guys.
Working on something for Blaine here.
Yeah, I can't see the 712. I just downloaded the cars, but he's not in the pack, I guess. But we'll take care of that. Go back up the stair at points here. So you can see how close that is, especially between Schilling and Metallic. Unfortunately, too, for Carroll, he dropped a few spots from last week's as well, because there was a few yellow flags and he got caught up in some stuff late in the race. But today's another day. The still raced three races left, so lots of time to gather himself and keep it going.
Started. I'm trying to figure out which car he has.
Yeah, unless he maybe got into the wrong car, because I know Bob's
in the right car.
Oh, he is? Oh, you can see him.
I can see him, yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out which car he's got.
No, that was a quick driver's meeting, so we've got like 7 minutes. I mean, we can talk about stuff.
Cool.
This points thing is very interesting to me, because like Rod was saying, there's 3 guys tied for 5th, and they're 49 points out, I believe, if I read that right today. So, 1st through 5th, it's still anyone's game, you know what I mean? And there's only, I think, less than 100 points now between the top 10. I think it's like 89 or something like that. So, we're getting close to the end, you know what I mean? So now is the time to go, you know what I mean, for a lot of these guys. But this is going to be good, how it all shakes out, I think.
It should be a great race. Hopefully a little better than last week. I wasn't here, but I did get a chance to watch it. Saw Breedlove, win it. Chris Van Leek, that was a great run for him to finish in second, and then of course Ken Roberts back there in the third spot. So, like I said, it was kind of a long race for you guys. It wasn't for me, but I did get a chance to watch it afterward.
I'll tell you what, last week actually was very interesting. I mean, we had what Ken referred to as a full moon race.
Yeah.
And we did have 10 yellows. Every league has those races once in a while. But, we take it on the chin and we move on. But here's the thing that was interesting about that. Breedlove came out of nowhere. He started on the pole, led the most laps, and won the race. So he got up into 8th spot. He's up in 8th place now in the points, from like out of nowhere. So, these points could shake up at any time.
Yeah, that type of run is wild, especially at a track like Talladega Super Speedway. To be able to get the hard charger, get the win, get the laps, get everything. There's nothing really more you could have done. Unless lead all the laps, but that's kind of impossible. But you know what I mean? It was kind of nuts, especially it was kind of it was a meat grinder for sure. I mean, there was a lot of yellow flags and whatnot. You run the race and you get to the end and you collect your points. So yeah, it might have been a slower pace, when the pace car leads most of the laps, but guys are still getting those precious points. Just take a look at McCarthy's car right here. That's what we were talking in the pre-race.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of rare to do that anyway. You know what I mean? To start on the pole, win the race, and lead the most laps. That's got to be kind of rare, right? I mean, that's not something you do every week, right? No. But and then on top of that, to survive 10 yellows in the process, Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that was a pretty phenomenal run by him last week. And like I said, he came out of nowhere, and I'm like on the edge of my seat again here tonight.
I'm going to see if I'm missing the 712 here, so cover me for a second.
I just sent you it. It says Shadows on Fire car. So I just had to find out which one he was running, so it did send it through.
How am I not running that? I have that car. He was running it last week. Yep. That car hasn't changed in years.
He usually runs the 711 car, so this one, yeah, it's a possibility he's had this one for a while.
All right, well, thank you. I'll install that for right now.
Yeah, Bryant, Dennis McCarthy, I didn't realize he was our sponsor tonight. Him and I have so much fun racing each other. We're two of the guys that look for each other and literally go to the high side, and we have a lot of fun racing, and just a great guy. So I'm glad to see that he was able to come out and do the sponsorship thing to his buddy tonight, and I think it'll be a great one.
Oh, absolutely. That's really cool, man. I mean, we do have a couple minutes here. If you guys wouldn't mind, I would like to give a couple shout outs to, we had a ball last night over at Open Speedway with Ralph LeBlanc and his group over there, and their Friday night thing is really becoming popular. We've been having fun with that, and they're doing broadcasting now, and we got one of the guys that kind of grew up over there, number 66, Garland Davis. He turned some heads last week, got up there and led some laps in his first tryout with us. So we've been kind of working back and forth with them and having fun with OSW, man. And, you guys get a chance, go and check them out. Their Friday night thing is really becoming popular. They're going to be broadcasting and stuff. So big shout out to those guys. I hope they're watching and cheering on their guy here.
Yeah, those broadcasters were horrible, though, last night, I tell you.
No, you guys did an excellent job. Top Dragster, and, we'll shout out to him, too.
Absolutely.
Andrew Miller on Top Dragster, and those guys do a really good job. It was a fun race to watch last night. It really was. Those guys are doing a good job over there.
Yeah, that card file didn't work. I don't know what's going on. I already had it. But it's still coming up as a generic for me for some reason. I thought maybe the version that you sent me, maybe he updated something, had the same file name. I overwrote it, and I still don't see him. That's very strange.
I download the cars every week, so I've
did
always got the
10
latest.
minutes before the broadcast started. And I've always been able to see Bob's car, so I don't know what happened.
September 9th is our first of the Aero 88 at RTG on Wednesday night.
Yes, sir.
It's creeping up around the corner here.
Yes, it is. That's why it's highlighted in blue on the schedule on screen.
Boy, I tell you, if we get any more nights, we're not going to be having any nights off.
No, I've actually been refusing broadcasts.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because once RTG came to us to broadcast the Aero 88 series, I kind of locked in a full week, really, because we got Maverick Tuesday, RTG, Aero 88, Wednesday, RTG, Rolling Thunder Thursday, and then ASR on Saturdays. We got to have a couple of days off, so Sunday, Monday, Friday, pretty much.
And so Thursday I race, and then Friday I have to broadcast again. So maybe. Well, I'm going to do it a little bit with Andrew. It was a lot of fun. It was a little different. I normally kind of play the lead here, kind of, sort of. And, he was kind of the lead there. So I've done that with Seth before. But, Andrew just... He has a way of doing about it. It's a little different. I had to get used to it at first. First lap, he doesn't want you to talk. He wants to play with his camera angles and just wants to go. And I said, all right, that works. And we got right into it. And like I said, it was a lot of fun. He's a fun little character.
Yeah, he's
That's
good.
cool. Thanks.
Yeah, everybody's got their own little thing too, which is fun because you've got he likes to have that quiet first lap, which is cool because you get to see everybody settling in, right?
Kind of going through the cars, checking cars out, different views, showing people different stuff, and I'm just not it's not used to that. And me, I usually always call the starts and the restarts of every race. He wanted to do that, and I'm like, okay, no worries. It's different, but it was a lot of fun. We had a great time with him, and
just follow the rules.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he will block you on all social media.
I'll tell you what, though, you guys do such a great job. And with me now being in kind of an admin position here and kind of, trying to govern all these knuckleheads, we just hope that we can give you a product that's worthy of what you guys do. Because, you guys are truly the best at this broadcasting stuff, man. And I'm just, I'm just a bubble in the bath of your guys' greatness.
Well, second only to Seth Cole, that is. Come on now. Seth Cole is a consummate professional. I tell you, that guy is a wicked broadcaster. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
he should give a quick. I just was going down through the list here, and I noticed that Billy Ellisor, number 26, has qualified 12th, and we shout out to him because he has gone now 25 races. Well, no, it would be 26 now. 26 races without an incident, without causing a yellow flag.
Wow. Yeah, the Iron Man comes to
Drivers.
He's our Iron Man when it comes to the clean driver award thing we do.
Yep. We're trying to make everybody dizzy on the broadcast.
Quick like there, Brian. We can go through the qualifying. Rod Weston on the pole. Yay! Dennis McCarthy, tonight's sponsor on the outside. Bobby Farrell will be moving up on the inside lane. He was starting third. Brian Ross, I'm after him. And then, is it Robert or Raymond? Raymond Becker. And then, Rick Becker. That's what I'm sorry. I just couldn't remember that for some reason. Sixth is Mike Becker, I believe that is. And seventh is Cody Lamas. Matt, see it? I'm learning.
Yeah.
And then eighth is John Godfrey, the track master himself. Ninth is the paint guru. That is Rodney Sullins painted me up a beautiful new car. 10th, that'll be Bob the Disket Seminara. We're going to let Brian go from 10 to 20.
Absolutely. Starting 11th, number 110, Terry Bombard. Starting in the 12th position, the aforementioned number 26, the Iron Man, Billy Ellisor, clean driver. Starting 13th, number 39, one of the points leaders, Josh Metallic. Starting 14th, the 00 of Kelly Buckshot Causey. Starting 15th, 889 of RJ Cabana. Starting 16th, number 88, our own David Chin. Starting 17th, number 74, our own admin and review team specialist, number 74, Robert Spring. Starting 18th, 029, Mike Mangialardi, another one of our fine admins here. Starting 19th, Chuck McClure, number 17. And starting in the 20th position, the biggest knucklehead of them all, myself.
Hey, the good look at the bright side of it. We beat Blaine Donnellan tonight. Starting 21st in the number 21, that is Randy Waugh. Go Corey. Dad's out there tonight. Give him some luck. 22nd, Ulysses Puppy Sandoval. 23rd, that is Garland Davis. We talked about him sponsoring next week's race. Then we got that Blaine Donnellan guy. We'll get rid of him. Then we go into Dante Ricky. Garland Oaks is in the house tonight in the old Dr. Pepper car. Last year's season's champion, starting 27th, that is Danny Carroll. Starting 28th. Last week's winner, that would be Robert Reedlove. 29th, that's going to be the one and the only Greg Palmer. Starting 30th is Mark Paglia, and we're going to let Brian do the last three.
Oh, I went off the screen. Give me 1 second.
Oh, you want me to get it quick?
Yeah, if you could.
All right.
I went off the screen.
31st, John Turness. 32nd, that'll be the points leader currently right now, Brian Schellen. And rounding up the field, 33 drivers, take away 3 of them. That's 30 drivers for the night, is Cy Jones, one of the old Canadian guys up there. Come down there and show these guys how to get it done. So good luck tonight, guys.
I'm going to take a breath and bring them down like you usually do.
Pace car is on pit road. Being that I was on the pole, that puts Bobby Farrell as the control car out front tonight. On the outside, like I said, tonight's sponsor, Dennis McCarthy, he's right where he wants to be on the high side. Let's see who can get the better run and a better push. Waiting for it. There we go. Oh, Rodney Sullins right into the back bumper. Bobby Farrell gave him a great shot out there, that bottom line. Ooh, we got some around in the back. I see Ulysses Sandoval. I see Garland Oaks. That might be a restart then.
There will be no restarts.
No restarts on? Okay. Sometimes legs do. And remember, they do race back. So they're going to be right out there out front. They're going to be racing back to see who can get to that line. Hey, 5 bonus points. You want that 5 bonus points right now, formed up pretty good on the outside. There's Dennis McCarthy with John Godfrey there, but Rodney Sullins has just got to the back bumper of Bobby Farrell. Who's going to give the better push to get these guys through turn 3?
It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. The momentum right now on the outside, though, but when you go into the corner, that bottom line should make it back up. I don't think Bobby's going to get there. Oh, another one around the back. Boom! It's going to be Dennis McCarthy's going to lead the very first lap. A race back situation. Got such a good run on that high side there, but another incident going on in that, but just from the back there going through the tri-oval. So
look like 931 I'm focused on now live. It looks like he was involved in something, our last week's winner. I'm going to have to take a minute and back this up a little bit, guys.
Looking at the chat right now, we got Kristen Grice. I hope I said that right. Hi, hey, everyone. And of course, the Tarnation TV guy had to jump in there for some reason. Ken Roberts, hello, everybody tuning in from Buckeye State tonight. So glad to see Ken Roberts is tuning into this tonight. Robert Hudson is in there as well. Randy Waugh. Let's go, Corey. Let's see, Denluck 47. I'm not sure who that is, but I have an idea. And then, of course, Al Sullins there pushing for the 38 car and the 55, but the 55 is not here tonight. So
I know who Denluck 47 is because he's actually asking, hey, gentlemen, how can I join your league? And is it possible? Brian, you can answer that.
It is possible. You can answer that question, Brian.
Yeah, you just want to go to asr.racelm.net would be our website, and you can also find us on Facebook.
Yep, everybody's welcome. And they race, you got a couple different series running throughout the weeks too. Like tonight, obviously, is the Talladega series, but then you guys roll open setups on Wednesdays at multiple different tracks. You mimic the Cup schedule.
Yeah, and then Tuesday's trucks, isn't it, Ryan?
Yes, Tuesday is our truck series where they race different, mile and a half usually. They'll throw a road course in there and a short track and stuff.
And that's a fixed setup, right?
Yeah, that's a fixed setup. That's the Craftsman Truck Series. And then or the Camping World. I forget which. I don't know. But Wednesday night is our Cup Series ran by Nelson Rodriguez, and that's a fun
A
one.
lot of fun.
That's
I miss it.
Yeah, it's very challenging. It's open setup.
I was going to go for the championship this year, but broadcasting got in the way. Darren Blaney, I tell you.
Thursday night they run one of those Xfinity mods. I'm not quite sure which one. The DMX something or other. Run DMC, DMX something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would be DMR.
I know what you're talking about.
DMR.
Basically it's the what do they call that? Nationwide mod. So Jeffrey Elliott says hi. Gives me a little shout out tonight. So he's out there watching. I'm surprised he's not out there in the car tonight.
Watching these guys, I always wonder, and it's always in my head, what are these guys thinking? What's going on here with these weird, voodoo type races we've had so far? In the last 3 weeks, we have not made it past lap 1. So there's some kind of odd phenomenon going on here or something.
You've not been playing with the voodoo doll again now, have you?
I don't know what's going on here.
And Sean Turner, I was just focused on him. He's out with a blown engine. It didn't look like he hit very hard, but
that very well could have been on the start, because for some reason that outside line got really stacked in the back, and it was just accordion pinballs back there.
Yeah, there was a gap in the center there, and that's what kind of caused that stack up, unfortunately. A couple guys got caught up in that. Of course, Sean Turner, Robert Spring, and Kelly Causey have retired.
Oh, that's too bad.
Cy
That's
Jones
horrible.
And Brian Ronson are being shown black flags, but that's probably just on a restart situation. Billy also just retired as well.
Do we want to grab Robert Spring and then have him bring it down there and have him chat for a minute?
Yeah, you probably should do that. He's one of our admins here. I would give him a cue first.
Done. All right, Bob Spring, you got Rod, Brian, and Blaine live in the Tarnation TV booth. You got a copy?
I do.
I do. Don't sound so excited, bud.
No, something, I'm going to keep my opinion to myself. But all I got to say is unbelievable.
Unfortunately taken out in the early part of the race tonight.
Yeah, four drivers total got forced to retire after that wreck on lap 1.
Yeah, my car was trashed. Hood was up, smoking. I think I cut across Palmer coming down, and I don't know. Hopefully his car is okay.
Yeah, it's something we're going to have to look at in the review. We're thinking that somebody actually lost an engine on the start of the race and stacked up the outside line. Is that what happened?
Yep.
Okay.
But
well, that makes me feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah. Well, I should have just held up and not raced back.
All right,
All right, Bob, appreciate it, man. We're going to let you. Well, you're out of the race, so make sure you come back next week. And,
no, I'm not. I'm going to stay here. I'll do the review. I watched the race.
Okay, 10-4, buddy. I'll see you here in just a little bit then, man. Thanks for your input. Appreciate it. Sorry for your night, man. We'll get them again next week.
It happens, man. I just got to look at the bright side.
Green flag is out. Dennis
Green
McCarthy.
again.
Yeah, Dennis McCarthy got a great run, but Bobby Farrell got a good shot in the back by Terry Bamad there. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see who can get the better run going down the backstretch. John Godfrey and Bob the Biscuit Seminara coming in the bottom side there. They're going to have that run when they get going. Looks like, I thought for a moment that McCarthy was going to try to go up in front of Bobby Farrell, but the run wasn't there. That exit of the turn 2 there, the outside line, really got a good run.
Wow, they're really tight coming down through there too, with John Godfrey, like you said, on the bottom, and the Bob Seminara on the bottom with him. And look at newcomer number 66. Look at my new friend Garland Davis coming up on the outside there in about the 7th position.
I'm beginning to wonder. I'm thinking because he's got Texas Roadhouse on there. He's from Texas. Brian's talking him up. I'm thinking he got some Texas Roadhouse tickets or something. He's been talking this guy just like pretty regular.
He did great last week too. It's always cool to see new names. You know, not obviously not a new driver, but new names in the series too, and fresh paint jobs and all that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah. I see fresh paint job, man. Next season, I got a wicked cool looking ride. So
that's the thing. Do you guys have a limit on car files you're allowed to upload here?
It's 2 per driver per season. Cool. But we will make an exception, like for tonight. You know, for example, tonight Dennis McCarthy hosted the race, so he wanted the race sponsor on his car. So of course we're gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You gotta have control of that, because sometimes before you know it, some leagues out there that will do that. You'll end up, like we do. Every night we come in, we download 30, 40 cars here. Some leagues you go out there and you got to download 300-400 cars.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And at the beginning of the season, I said we do need to put a cap on this, because that'll happen before you know it. And oh man.
And it's too
Some
bad
guys go crazy with the paint.
There's so many talented painters, right? It's awesome to see all this stuff, but you can't get mad at the broadcasters when you're dropping a new file in there 6 minutes before the green flag. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry to Bob Simonera. I don't know why that car's not working this evening, but I've been able to see the Shadows on Fire car forever, and for some reason tonight is something wrong. So I don't.
On there last week, the broadcast that I watched when I got home. It was on there last week.
That car's been around for years. I've seen it, because we used to play the music.
I have to give a shout out to Rodney Sullins, though. And people, we just talked to Bob Spring, and he's really into that Chat GPT thing, and he goes a little crazy with it sometimes. And he did put a car in there for whatever reason, threw a car in there and said, "Hey, look at this." And I'm not a big fan of red, so I said, "Hey, just kind of do that in a Ryobi green." So he went in and he typed in Ryobi, whatever. I don't know what he did, typed in, but that thing was just beautiful. I took that picture, and it was kind of like a side view of the car, the back, the front, and then like a 45-degree angle of it. And I sent it to Rodney Sullins and said, "Can you make this, 19, obviously, da-da-da-da," and a couple of small, hints that I wanted. And 2 days later, he had it done, and it looked just like in the picture, other than the changes. He put a little nod on the back bottom of the quarter panel to the Jaeger-Bomb car. I mean, it just looks incredible.
So that push, the 712 on that high line, just gained about 12 spots in about half a lap.
Like, look who he's got behind him.
Wild lane change to the top.
Schillings, you got Chuck McClure, Brian Brisson, and Cody Lamas. He's pushing you. You're gonna go.
He might lead this lap.
Ooh!
He's in 8th spot.
On the bottom,
running 3 wide.
Now this is a weird thing. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but how that once they get 3 wide like that we call it the sucker hole. That inside line just doesn't seem to go. It's very, very weird. But it does happen. But tonight, Dan Luck 47 there. He's probably new to us tonight. This track was built and basically rebuilt and redone by the 7-Eleven of John Godfrey. It has 3 distinct grooves. They will run 3 wide all night long with this thing, and it's a very, very cool track. The setup is very good, and of course these drivers out here, All-Star Racing. They're All-Star Racing League because they're all-star drivers, and they put on a heck of a show.
Wow, they're really maneuvering around.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There's a replay of it. He's on the bottom line, and he sees that top line. There's a gap between chin, and he's able to recognize that gap. Ray Hill, you'll watch him go from the bottom to the top.
Man, these guys up front. These guys up front are really mixing it up now.
So I raced with some of these guys on Thursday, and I'm learning a lot, and I've learned a very lot. But when these guys do stuff like that, where they go from the bottom to the top, or just like stuff like that, I don't know how they do it. I mean,
he went from 8th to 1st in about half a lap. The perfect momentum like you said
Yep.
about the momentum, he's not stalling that top row because he jumped in front of those guys and was able to go right to the front.
I always talk about that too, like you said about the stalling line. You know, if people pull up in front of you, a lot of times if you don't do it right, you stall that line, and then it takes about a lap, maybe or a little bit more for that line to get back up to speed. You do it right, and it comes right out very smooth, and actually the line will go faster, and it's exactly what Bob Seminara did there.
And that's the thing, it was such good timing where he went up there at the perfect time, and Schilling didn't have to lift, he just drove right into him, and they all went forward. The bump, perfect bump.
This is kind of interesting that they've broken off a single file like that, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the lead cars come to us from RTG, and you know that's a crap ton of experience right there.
Oh, yeah.
A boatload, even.
Yeah, and then when you get them guys together, they are very hard to beat. They draft so well together. But the fun thing about it is when we talk about Josh Vitalik all the time, you know, we had a race one time. We asked him, you know, are you gonna push your buddies out to the lead? And he's like, I'll follow them all night long. But when it comes down to the last 5 laps, I'm here to win.
Who was it that said they'd wreck their mom to win? That was
Josh Vitalik.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mike Skinner's very
I would have guessed
famous
Chuck
line.
McClure. I would have guessed Chuck McClure said that.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ronnie
whoa,
Sullivan's
what
around,
happened?
David Chin in there too. That's probably
Oh,
flag.
Dennis McCarthy.
Just turned it into a race too.
Dennis McCarthy, I don't think hit anything. He slowed all the way down to about 63 miles an hour. Just drove through it.
Nice. Well, let's get a view from his car. That's a good place to start as we check out these replays. These guys will be pitting. We were probably within about, I'm guessing, 6 or 7 laps from pit stops, but let's see if we can find McCarthy.
We had an early caution. None of them pitted there. We know they can do about probably anywhere from 18 to 20 laps. Most of the time when we say 18, it's the guy that's leading the show. So you know pretty much everybody's going to come down and pit. Question is, who's going to take 2 tires? Who's going to take any? Some of them, don't take tires. You can go the whole way with not ever changing the tire as long as you don't, upset it a little bit and get it too much sideways. But it is handle a little bit better when you got some better tires on.
Right, he had it down to 60 miles an hour.
Lifted off. It just happened to be with him, riding with him at that moment. He just let everybody do their thing and go all over the place and just drove right through it.
Yep. Now we'll see where that started. I think it started up near Rodney here. Yeah, Dante.
So we had one car that stayed out. That is Brian Schilling, going to go out to get his 5 bonus points. Now, you think about it, Brian Schilling, raced with him a lot on Thursdays, is the current points leader. He won the first race of the season by 9 seconds by himself, out of gas when he hit the start-finish line. That was an incredible fuel-saving race. But, just how important is points to him? Well, he stayed out. He's going to go back. He's got plenty of time to work his way back to the front. So just to, want to get those 5 bonus points. Because even though Brian Schilling's as fast as he is, it doesn't guarantee that he's going to lead a lap tonight.
Trying to find Schilling. Where is he? He's 62, not number 4. Sometimes I get caught looking for
Yeah.
the wrong one. Hudson's got 4 in this league, so we had to switch.
I'm surprised that he hasn't put in to try to steal Hud's number, but
Ulysses
does run the
Sandoval has retired.
Oh man, that's a shame. It's really a shame for a lot of these guys that have gone out of this race early, especially in that first one, because man, we almost turned it into a race there for a minute.
Back up and see what happened to Ulysses. He was in that wreck.
Yeah, it looked to me like maybe the 21 and the 41 got a little overzealous there and had to check up. But that'll be interesting to look at in the reviews. Review the entire, with the exception of Ken, the entire review team's here tonight, so
Right.
we'll be good. But
just check. Robert Breedlove was another driver that also stayed out that time by. So first time by there. So I'm thinking first one off pit road was Chuck McClure. So Chuck McClure is no slouch of this track. As you always state, this track is on loan from RTG. This is the one they run on Thursday nights. John Godfrey did a great job with this and extended the pit road and made it about 10 feet wider, and they still need another 10 feet sometimes, but...
It is wild how that happened.
Yep.
Pay for the whole thing, and they'll still run out of space.
Chuck McClure had won the last two Thursday night Talent Challenge Series championships until, was it Joe DeSpirito, finally stepped back up and won another championship over there at RTG. So congratulations to Joe.
Awesome.
Didn't win the Challenge Series though. That one went to Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries is a comedian from Australia. You're talking about Jeremy Jeffries?
Jeff. What was it? Jeff.
Jeff.
The old one. The General Lee.
No, I can't remember. It's not Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries is an Australian comedian.
I know, he's a very good Australian comedian.
Jeremy Jeffries.
Jeremy Jeffries, that's it.
Oi, mate, I'm in here driving NASCAR.
See, can you imagine though, that Challenge Series is something, it's a bracket race. The first race you go out, then you have a loser side and a winner side. If you always stay on the winner side, you just keep going up. When you lose, you got a double elimination. You got to lose on at least twice. Jeremy had lost once. DeSpirito went all the way to the end without losing, and then Jeremy beat him the last two races to take the Challenge Series. So that was pretty cool.
Shout out to Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales of the Parts Barns, who sponsored the ASR seasons for the last couple seasons, sponsoring the broadcasts in cahoots with the race sponsors like Dennis McCarthy this evening. So huge shout out to David Chin, driving that slick looking rig. I had a pretty awesome looking car the last couple seasons, and Sullivan's paint studio took it and changed it around a little bit. But I like how he kept the old look and feel.
Oh yeah, that's outstanding. You're right. I mean, Dave Shin and Bryant Motorsports, they really do a lot for us. It's because of them that we're here racing and being able to do this. So we always thank them, along with our individual race sponsors, TrophyHut.com and Dennis McCarthy and all the guys who participate in that. I'm going to mention here a little bit later on if we get the chance. We got some exciting things coming up, and we'll make a couple announcements here in just a little bit. But we're about ready to go green again. We're going to turn them loose again. Let's see if we can't turn this into something, fellas.
Right on the chin.
It's a good job. Carrying him about on the high side, got a really good run. If Bob the Biscuit Seminary can get to him, he might be able to keep that. There, Garland Davis on the bottom side really giving Bobby Farrell a great push. It's going to get that back out there. We still have not been able to get a hold of Bobby Farrell about getting Tarnation TV put on that car.
I always forget. Yes. Okay, I'm writing it down.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said last time, he could at least put something on there, this space for rent or something, advertising space available or something.
Me with a picture of a cougar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we got somebody
Holiday
looking
night.
up. Denny Carroll's looking.
Oh yeah, he just disappeared, just came back. Now he's back, but disappeared, came back again.
Yeah, there's only 2 races left in the season. Yeah, we should reach out to Bob. I keep saying it every week and I keep forgetting. I wrote it down now.
Yeah.
Bobby Farrell, new sponsor, ASR. I just wrote it down.
Do
I
that.
got a Tarnation TV Monster Engine. All they'd have to do is put a 1.6 on it.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, Bobby
how much does it
Farrell's-
cost, Bobby? Come on now. Give me a number. Do it. I don't care.
I tell you, if I know Bobby, and I think I do from racing with him over the last probably 10 to 15 years now, I know he's been around a while, and him and I used to, when we raced together at TDR years ago, man, him and I we would always find each other on the track somehow. I mean, we butted heads with this guy. I mean, we were serious rivals. But we,
It's
we
so
were
cool,
always,
though, isn't it? Like
Oh,
your
God, it
rivals
was
on the
fun.
track, but it's almost like I mean, yes, it's a video game simulator, but when you see in real life, it happens too, where Waltrip and Earnhardt and all these guys are like bitter rivals.
right.
But they don't
yeah.
they don't hate each other's guts.
They just
But
want to
they are
beat. You
so
know, they just want to
competitive, they wanna
beat. You know,
beat you. Yeah.
and that in turn kind of made each of us actually better. You know what I mean? We raced each other so
does.
hard that it made us both better. You know what I mean? I really appreciate those kind of memories when I see these guys racing now. Still, you
It
know,
always reminds me of that race where Dale Earnhardt passed away and Waltrip was calling it. And it
Right,
was,
yeah.
he was so happy that Michael won. But then you could hear it in his voice. He's like, oh, man, I hope Dale's okay.
Dale's okay.
Because I forgot that call until I watched it later in a replay. And I'm like, man, they're so insanely competitive for their entire career.
Yep.
But like you, as a race car driver,
Whoa! Hi. I'm not sure if that was a bump draft gone bad or what it was, but he was a little out of there.
what
Bob
a
the
save!
Biscuit.
Wow.
Bob the Biscuit Seminara, though. Woo! Again. Denny Carroll bumping somebody into the corner. Denny, you can't do that.
sure you can.
Denny
Pro
Carroll
tip.
bumped into the back of RJ Cabana to the corner. And boy, you do that to him, RJ, he's going to be mad at you.
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah,
Andy
it's such
Waugh
a,
is
really
going to
do
lead
battle
this
it out
lap, though. He
sometimes.
got a really good run there on that outside high side there. Going to get a great push.
I remember watching that race where it's like I've seen Dale Earnhardt roll the car 9 times and he'll just start it and drive it back, and then I'm like, well, there's nothing wrong with that accident, but I'm not a race car driver. Waltrip saw something that I never saw, and you know,
Denny
he was
Carroll
right.
sneaking to the box.
Those guys know each other so well that they can almost tell when something's not right with one of them. You know.
Yeah, just the accident, and I'm thinking, well, I've seen Dale Earnhardt roll a car 9-10 times. Like,
Yep.
that was nothing. But as a race car driver, obviously they saw that impact and they knew something that was just a bad angle. But
Checking
Randy
out the
Waugh.
chap there for a minute. All sounds he was just saying, "Oh," he goes, "I'm only on for the 38. Ken ain't there." Of course, Quentin Wayne Wright, Bob the Biscuit making moves. Ken
Quentin-
Roberts, hey, Mr. Sullins. Ken Roberts is in Ohio visiting grandbabies tonight, and Christian Grace says, "Good luck, Garland Davis, for the win." So.
Shout out to Quentin because that's the Shadows on Fire guy.
Oh, there you go.
So check him out on
Drifting a little bit there in
Spotify.
the front.
Yep.
Now, if I have Bob's car, he has a logo on the hood. I don't know why that car's not working this evening, but yeah, Shadows on Fire on Spotify, and Quentin's responsible for that stuff. Thanks for watching, Quentin. Glad you're
Outstanding.
here.
I was going to say a while back, but you guys got on a rant there, but we had 3 wide for a minute. Mark Paglier on the outside line there had it going, but by the time you guys got done talking there, well, you know, it was too late. Now we've got Brian Rasson with Brian Schillen and Chuck
McClure?
McClure, thank you.
McClure.
I don't know why. I got to take a drink, I guess, but they got the
McClure.
outside line going. Dennis McCarthy, not a stranger to going to the high side, jumped out in front of Brian Rasson, and they are moving to the front on the outside right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the top 7, 8 guys, they're just in the 2 bottom lanes. They're just up here trading punches.
There's a lot of bumping going on in weird spots tonight, but nothing bad's happening. But it is kind of hectic out there sometimes.
I think
I'll tell you what.
still laughing at Denny Carroll bumping into the back of RJ Cabana there, because how many times did you see him when you're racing with him? Don't bump in the corners. Then
Yeah.
of course, then you see Brian Wolf bump the 41 in the corners.
Yeah.
You know,
it
and look
worked.
at this. Look what's happening here too. Our host tonight, Dennis McCarthy, bringing that top line. And I was going to mention this before, and somebody rudely interrupted me. But
Oh God!
I'm just kidding. But Dennis McCarthy is, he's no slouch out here. He's a hell of a racer. And if anybody's going to take him 3 wide and start racing, it's going to be that guy. I've seen him do it hundreds of times.
I'm telling you right now, he's got a win this season already, and him and I, Thursday nights when we get together, we go to the high side, we work very, very well together. We have a lot of fun racing.
Roof cam on the 024 McCarthy right here coming out of turn 2. All the bumping happens.
Glad to see John Godfrey's doing this thing. He's still in contention on the bottom line, but it was solid still. And Mike Mangialardi.
Jacob Anna got that car out in front right now. I guess having them pushing through the corners kind of helped out a little bit. I can't remember. I got to keep bringing that up. It's Denny Carroll.
Got Greg Palmer trying to work the middle line with some of his RTG buddies, and again, look who's in there, Garland Davis.
Yep.
Holding his own, and only his second start with us.
Palmer, I'll tell you what, the guy is very ultra fast and is very competitive. I'll tell you, he's such a fun guy to race with. He doesn't, you know, he wants to win, obviously, but there we go. Josh McCulloch moving up into that middle lane, sees that momentum coming, got up there early enough so he can probably use it. John Godfrey followed him right up there in front of Garland Davis. Now they just got to get that rubber band wound back up and see what they can do. Now, Brian, look ahead of him, Bobby Farrell, Bob the Biscuit Seminary, Denny Carroll, and RJ Capana. Who's going to pull up in front of him?
Oh boy.
I'm thinking Denny Carroll's going to. If that thing comes any further, Denny Carroll's going to that high side.
Oh, absolutely. One of them will go. They're passing a lap car right now, and Robert Breedlove. He's he's hanging in there. He's our lead admin for tonight with Kenny being off. These guys are really mixing it up.
Hey, look at the bright side of it, though. We only have 2 cautions. I shouldn't say this right now, but we only have 2 cautions. They're mixing it up, but they're doing it the right way. They're just still keeping them going forward. And trying to make something happen on that third groove. You know, you get there, sit behind Greg Palmer back there, you're not going to go very much far forward. So let's get that third groove working. Got some good guys right behind him. Cody Lamas isn't Cody's in the 48 yet, because sometimes he's in the 84, sometimes he's in that 48. He is got to get his butt up there and get him push him up there a little bit more. Had to drop back down. He's just not close enough to make that happen.
Obviously, judging from that paint job, he's a big Jimmy Johnson fan.
I would have never guessed that.
No.
I'll tell you what, the 2 yellows we did have, they were hard ones, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Took out a lot of cars. I mean, 5 guys are forced to retire very early, unfortunately.
I got to see the positive in it, though. I mean, now these guys are actually starting to race. They're kind of, it looks to me like they're trying to take care of each other. But it's just a shame that, some really good competitors had to go out early. But those guys, just as well as I do, they're going to be right back here next week, just banging on the door. Can't wait.
Garland Davis saw the opportunity, saw that third line coming, moved up in there, got it going. We actually had a chance to interview him there last night. I was kind of curious, new to us, so I didn't know him very much. Guy started racing back when this game came out, so he's an old dog at it. Took a little time away from it, back at it again, and then he's very, very competitive driver.
Who's that?
Garland Davis.
Oh, right.
66.
Yeah, now we were talking about him earlier. It kind of
whoa! What a save!
Who's that? I just missed it.
Randy Waugh got pushed down below the apron. De-wedged the car, was able to control it. Dante Ricky they got a little contact there. Everybody just drove through it and kept it going. They lost a little bit of momentum, but I don't think they're even going to lose the draft. That was a pretty wild little run there for a minute, but it was a great save.
That was amazing. That's 2 veteran saves we've seen tonight already. And we're just approaching halfway.
It was Ricky Paglia and Waugh. All 3 of them.
Davis was able to get it done on that high side. He led that lap.
Yes, he did.
Now, as we say, they're 3 wide. You watch Josh Metallic, Rodney Sullins, John Godfrey, they're going to just drop back. It's the weirdest thing, but for whatever reason, it just kind of seems to take the air out of it. I get it in real life, but in the game, there is no side draft. So, you know what I mean? Why does it happen that way? I don't know. I think it's probably just due to the fact, to myself, that the inside line just can't, they're kind of pinned where they are. They can't let the car drift up at all off the corner, and I think that's what slows them down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you really have to stay
jump right down in front of Josh Metallic there to try to see if you can get that inside line back up there.
Talking about that low line, you really have to stay focused coming out of the corners up down there, because if you don't lock in, to your point, you're going to drift up. And, you just scrub a little bit more tire off, which does cost a tiny bit of speed. But out here, when you're rocking 200 miles an hour in a draft, it's amplified so much. Even if it's only 1 mile an hour, it just seems to just ruin your day sometimes.
All right, we're gonna ask Seth Jr. That's Blaine Connellan, by the way. When did they last pit?
That's an excellent question. I have no idea.
Oh gosh.
It would have been the last. It would have been the last yellow, and I know probably within the last 17 laps because Ulysses
Gotta be
Sandoval
getting close.
Yeah,
Ulysses
we do have to be
Sandoval
getting
17 laps behind, and that claimed him. So we're pretty close.
You look at the high line out there. You know, if I'm Garland Davis, Brian Schillen, and Chuck McClure, are we starting to think about, all right, well, yeah, we got to be up here. Well, can we go further than everybody else? You know, I'm keeping track of the chat. See when they start talking about if anybody is going to go down in there. You know, you got to start thinking about it. If you're, you know, Rodney Sellens, John Godfrey, maybe Greg Palmer, and, you know, you're getting close, now's the time to start thinking, I've got to get to that bottom line. Unless you know you can go a little bit further, you'll stay out there and you hope that that inside line will kind of pit early and that'll open it up for you.
Right. It's, you know, it's a lot tougher entering pit road from the outside than it is on the bottom. That's why you'll start to see some of these guys when they're ready to go, they'll start to migrate to the bottom so that they can get, you know, the best entry onto pit road.
If we were in the driver's room right now, listening to them as they get down there, you start hearing drivers, you know, you'll be like John Godfrey. Oh, gosh.
41's
wow,
really blinking.
he is very blinking all over the place. I think that was Garland Oaks that said, I'm getting high because I don't like that. But, yeah, you'll be in the driver's room. If you're in the room with them like right now, you'll start hearing drivers say, I'm gonna, you know, I need to get to the bottom. I'm pitting. So right now, the Bob Discus 7 Air coming in, you know, Dennis McCarthy's coming in. These are guys that are on the bottom already, so sure there'll be a few more come in with them too.
The 07 Cy Jones, he went in last lap all by himself. A little bit of a Bob Dixon maneuver there. Stay out of the tornado. Problem is, you need help on this track to be going full speed, so that's an issue too.
Well, it depends on when he comes out, because if there's cars that stay out there,
peel off.
Only two.
And Bob, it looks like Bob McCarthy and Paglia, so 3 cars, that's good.
3 cars.
There's still 3 wide and 3 deep up here.
You're looking at Cy Jones, just coming off the pit road right now. He's not, he stayed on the bottom, very respectable for doing that, but he's going to lose so much time. He's probably not going to be able to get into this draft. If he had come out like he was supposed to, made him go a little bit high on around him, he might have been able to stay right with the draft. But these other drivers are pitting, so he might get lucky enough when he comes around that he'll have somebody to pit with.
Like you said, though, veteran move, because you are allowed to merge onto the track in the middle of turn 1. But
quite a few coming out. Oh no! Josh Vitalik, Bobby Farrell get together.
Oh, rolling. Dante, Ricky, rolling.
Oh man,
Green
John Godfrey involved.
Up.
Josh Vitalik, Randy Waugh, Terry. I'm waiting for the smoke to clear now.
My
gosh, a lot involved in that one.
I was just going to mention before we saw this green flag stop that hot pitting is allowed here. You'll see these guys really, really putting on the brakes coming towards that line.
Wow. And the green will stay up because that did not happen in the track.
That's what next thing I was looking for, is to see who was, you know, excuse me, whether it was going to come out. But I think Chuck McClure and Brian Schillen stopped this time. They were the last 2 drivers that stayed out.
Well, that big ruckus happened on pit road and no yellow flag, so these guys are going to have to chew on this for a while.
Going to shake it up pretty good.
Yeah, it's interesting now to see if people had a plan. Stuff like that happens, they're going to change their plan. We're going to get a lot of little broken up packs out here now, I think.
Well,
I think their plan just got punched in the mouth.
Yeah. But do you change your plan? Like if you're coming in to get full tanks of gas, you need that. Maybe you skip tires if some weird stuff like that happens, just to maybe save a little bit of time, right?
Well, I
So-
think when something like that happens, it automatically changes your strategy. I mean, because sometimes there's just nothing you can do but continue. You know what I mean? And hope that yellow comes to help you, or hope it doesn't come to help you. You know what I mean? Somebody up here's got to have a great big fat lead by now.
So, if you let me finish, so far, the 41 is going to be your leader right now. He's got RJ Cabana right behind him, Bob the Biscuit Seminara, Mark Paglia, Garland Davis are 5 cars that made it in and out of pit without too much controversy, and they have got a 5-car group.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now on the roof cam of Mark Paglia. It looks. I'm showing him in the 7th position, but they have to come around and take the stripe.
Right,
Yep.
but now you've got Chuck McClure and Brian Schillen. They came in together, came out together, but they are going to be probably about 3 to 5 seconds behind. We'll know that here just after they cross the start-finish line. That staying out, they didn't get in and out of the pits well enough to where they're going to be about just under 4 seconds behind. 2 cars compared to 5 cars. They're going to have a tough time catching them by themselves. So they're going to have to hope that they can catch some more cars, or a caution comes out and they can get caught back up.
The ticker will be good to go now. Pit road is empty, so the ticker will cycle through, and we will get. That's what you're seeing now on the left side of your screen is the real running order.
Now, he is currently sitting, 5th? In the 4th.
Who's that?
Denny Carroll. Yeah, he's one of the guys that are tied for 5th.
Right. There's a 5-way tie for 5th with Roddy Sullins, Denny Carroll, and Ken Roberts, who's not here tonight. Now, is Ken going to get a provisional for tonight?
Yeah, but with 32 drivers, however many we had, it'll be 1 point. But he will be, he'll be given a provisional, but it's 1 point. So, not really a deal breaker there.
Number 6, Brian Rawson being shown black flag.
Unfortunately for Bobby Farrell, we just saw him. He just went a lap down to the leaders. Back car banged up pretty bad. He got kind of spun around there going into pit road. So he'll have to hopefully, just kind of figure it out, keep going where he's going. Currently, right now, I think he might be the first car. Is going to be the first car on the lead lap. Should the caution come out, he should be the lucky dog.
Rawson serving his penalty. We'll see if that clears. I was watching his speed, and he was flirting with 56 mile an hour most of the way down pit road there.
I've got my camera on spectator, and I'm seeing that second group back there. Slowly but surely, I think they're closing the gap. I think by the time they have to pit again, it might be even closer because they've got a big long string of cars back there.
Right, but it took them a minute. They were about 4 seconds behind. Right now, they're just over 6 seconds behind. Now that they've got the group of cars that they do, if they can stay in line, work together very well, like you said, then they may start picking up. Let's see. They did not pick up. They actually lost about 0.2 of a second right there. So the gap is actually opening. So these 5 in front, man, are really keeping it together. I mean, they're just in sync. I have Blaine go out there. You look at the 5 guys running in the front. You can see how tight they're running. Garland Davis is not pushing the back of Mark Paglia, but he doesn't have to. The first 4 cars are the guys that do the pushing and get it going. All he's got to do is sit right there and ride. He's fun.
Now they just picked up Becker.
They just picked up Becker, but I think Becker's got too much damage.
It would look like Rawson got served another black flag and was forced to retire from the race. So the number 6 is now out.
Let's try to see where the points leaders are here. Brian Schilling currently showing in 7th.
Yeah, the 6 has been disqualified according to this ticker. So,
time-wise, they didn't lose that much time. Very little, about maybe 1/10 of a second. They're getting a little bit more organized back there. If they can keep doing that, like you said, by the next pit stop, they might be there. But they got to get themselves organized and be faster than these front 5. Right now, these front 5, they're happy and content. Do you want last year's champion to lead the most laps? No. But Do you want the rest of the field to catch up to you and have it just decided between you five? Absolutely. So these guys will ride it out, see what they can do. Hopefully, they can pit together, do a really good job. Denny Carroll's going to be the first one out of this group that has to pit. If they work with him, they'll pit together. If they want to work against him, they'll let him pit by himself.
The second pack there just shaved off about half a second.
Now
the ticker on the left there with McClure went from a 6.45 down to a 6.15. So they are slowly reeling them in.
You look at them now. They're nice. They're organized. First 4 cars are pushing. The rest of the guys are staying right in line, making sure that they can help out that line. They're going to definitely making a lot more time up right now because they got organized. They weren't for a while there, and now they are. So I think, Brian, you might be right. They might catch him if they can stay that way.
So let's see what happens here. The number 17 to Chuck McClure, 6.15 last time. 5.97, a little bit.
They are just outside the box, I think, on fuel strategy to where everybody that pitted before is going to now have to pit again before, if it goes green, they will have to pit again. So that could very well change things. I mean, I don't wish it on them to have more problems on pit road, but now a lot of these guys are hoping for a yellow that might not come for them.
Now that they're separated,
right.
Like we said, they're separated a little group of cars that are back there. They are gaining, like you said, but they got to stay together. They got to stay in line. You're not going to have as many cautions if they're running nose to tail. So
I was just looking at the points leaders. Josh Metallic is way back there with a 4-car group running in the 19th position right now, and Schilling's up there hovering around 6th, 7th, something like that. So he's comfortable. Schilling is comfortable up there. Josh Metallic knows he has to go.
We got 2 races after tonight?
Yes, sir.
2 races after tonight.
There'll be 3. There'll be 8, 9, and 10.
That's right. That's what I thought. So, there's 3 more races after tonight. Still got time, but Josh cannot let Brian Schilling get away from him. He's got to try to stay right there with him, try to keep the points as close as they can. And, if he can, surpass him. So, Dave Chin just went a lap down.
That's what's kind of fun about watching these, because these guys are serious points racers. They really are. And to watch them, bitch, beg, borrow, and steal, and scratch and fight for every point is really fun sometimes.
It's funny that you said, beg and borrow. You think about it, right? You're Danny Carroll, you're leading this race, you're up front. You're not there without the 4 cars behind you.
That's right.
So
yeah.
it is a very weird style of racing to me. I'm getting very more familiar with it now that I do it a lot more. I still don't think it's my favorite. I take part in it about any day, but you have to have people that work with you. So you look behind Danny Carroll right now. He's got 4 drivers right there behind him. Are they going to work with him come lap 66 to ish or 65-ish? I think at that point you got enough of a lead. Maybe you start thinking about who's going to go where and what and how. Now, if you're one of these 5 drivers, I'm just going to use Garland Davis for example. Are you going to stay there and push these guys to a win? Hell no! You want to go out there and win this thing. Every one of these drivers want to win this thing. So they all work together to a certain point, and then they start, looking out for themselves.
About a 1/10 of a second every lap. I've been watching the lap times for that second pack led by Chuck McClure, and they shave off about a 1/10 every time. So it's amazing to me that 5 cars are just as fast as, how many's in that pack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 8 or 9. And then they come to the line again.
If you have 5 cars, you have 5 cars that are really, really working together, really, really good, like what they're doing up here, it can be faster than the rest of the field, unless, I'm not sure exactly where the cutoff is. There is a certain amount. Once you get to that amount, you're not going to gain any more speed. But it's probably somewhere, maybe we'll just say for the sake of argument, it's 10 cars. After 10, it doesn't matter. But you still, having 10 cars to be faster, you have to be running nice and tight. The biggest thing right now, I'm watching the 5 drivers up front. I'm not seeing a whole lot of pushing down the straightaways. You should see RJ Cabana just pushing Denny Carroll down the backstretch. As I say that, what's he do?
They're
Goes
locking
right
up
up there
and
and
they're
push. They
pushing.
lock it up. So they might have talked to get at it together. They hadn't really been doing that. Need to start doing that because then guys are running them down.
They are running them down. Now I'm watching that gap close.
A little bit at a time, but yeah, these guys are pristine right now. That's how these 5 guys are staying out in front.
Again, I've got it on spectator view, and now that second group is coming onto my screen more and more and more. They're a little bit further each time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's neat to watch this. After the little brouhaha on pit road there, it broke the pack up. But
Right, so
they
now-
all sort of find each other again. So now we've got basically 2 main packs.
So right now, you're going to see that backpack's going to gain a whole lot right there. For whatever reason, Denny Carroll decided to run the low side. RJ Cabana went with him. Bob the Biscuit Seminaire didn't go down there with him, and now he's going to be the one that leads this pack. So right now, they're running kind of side by side. That's going to slow that group down. That backpack is going to gain a lot on this next lap.
We're in about 3 or 4 laps from pitting, so this is, like you said, this is going to be interesting to watch the ticker here because we're at 5.1 seconds back to that second pack by Chuck McClure in the 17.
They're going to be a big gain right here, but there is a potential possibility that Denny Carroll said, somebody else get out front, I'm leading. You know what I mean? I can't keep doing this. I'm not going to be able to go the distance.
Almost
So he might have let that go, let them take it so that he could tuck in behind, start saving fuel.
Almost gained a full second.
Oh, yeah.
5-1 down to 4-3.
Just that much of them guys unorganized for, 1 lap is going to gain them that much time.
And they might have done that on purpose, like you said, just kind of for the fuel saving aspect of it.
Yep.
Like, let's do a flip. And they just kind of leapfrogged each other on purpose. Because it was pretty well synchronized, this little maneuver there. Nobody was trying to block anybody. It just sort of happened organically. So they're probably talking about it.
You think about it, though, you got, Chuck McClure back there, 6th place, now 3.72. They've gained a little bit more. You think that number's coming up slow? Wait till it gets to within 1 second. That number will just drop immensely fast, and they will be right on that back bumper of RJ Cabana before you know it.
Black flag, David Chin.
Just a few laps ago, it was 6 seconds back. He may have gotten a speeding.
Yeah.
On pit road. But yeah, now it's down to 4. Well, now it's down under 4. Now it's down to 3.
Here we go.
372.
Whoa,
Pitting.
top 4 cars pitted. 1 car stayed out. And all the rest of the guys are coming.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Mark Paglia is around on pit road.
I think that was of his own doing. I didn't see anybody run into him.
RJ Cabana stayed out.
Yeah, I wonder why, if they just, because they got to be communicating here.
Greg Palmer is with Terry Beaumard, Cody Lamas, and I'm trying to see the car back there. Five of Matt Becker. That's a new one for me. I've seen him before. I just didn't know who it was right off. Really caught up to RJ Cabana, and they're still going. So RJ Cabana comes down pit road by himself.
Black flag, Rodney Sullins. Black flag, John Godfrey. Black flag, Randy Waugh.
Oh, no. Those guys are going to have to serve green flag penalties. Guys, I've had
Black
a
flag, Mark Paglia.
tiny bit of an issue here. I got to step away for a minute. If you could take the reins, please.
Will do.
Gotcha. Yep, so Paglia, Waugh, Godfrey, and Sullins all got black flags on that pit stop.
I'm trying to think here for a minute. Greg Palmer is still running, still leading this thing. We know he's going to come around. We know that he can pit any time and take fuel and be good to the end.
Yeah, everybody right now is good to the end, so he's coming in now.
Okay, here comes Greg Palmer. Okay, all four of them drivers, came in. Cody Lamas, Terry Bombard, Greg Palmer. Oh, I don't know if Terry got in there good enough or not.
That's quick.
That was very, very, very quick in there. Matt Becker as well. I have to wait and see how that works out for him.
So these guys are going to have to come around and serve this. There's Sullins there. He's going to have to serve a black. Penalties for Godfrey, Waugh, and Paglia as well. Keeping an eye on this. Okay, Waugh has cleared.
There goes Rodney Sullins down.
And Paglia has cleared. Sullins and Godfrey, the only two left to clear the penalties.
I'm trying to figure out who's going to be the leader. It ain't all caught up on me yet here, so.
Yeah, we've got to get. It's still gonna call Palmer, but we've got to get around a couple of times.
He
Black
just
flag,
left pit
Terry
road.
Bombard. You just called that one, Rob. Terry Bombard speeding, black flag. Now Godfrey and Sullins were going down pit road, and they have been cleared. Yep, they are clear to go. So the 110 of Bombard now has to serve a penalty.
He was currently at second, but we're still waiting for everything to catch up. There goes Becker and Robert Breedlove down on their pit road. They are a lap down. Curious, I think. Nope, he's not going to be. So Bob the Biscuit Seminara. Right, there's 3 cars in front of Greg Palmer, which was kind of curious if he was going to be the leader or not. Kind of got a 3-car breakaway there.
Yeah, that is your current leader, Bob Seminara, Brian Schilling, Chuck McClure, your top 3.
How fates have changed a little bit. We thought Brian Schilling was a little bit further back, and now currently running in the second position. We know they can go the distance with 10 to go here.
Can they, though? Because if they're pitting within like 14, 15 laps to go, sometimes these guys get weird on how many cans they're taking.
That is a very good observation.
Because I would just stop this. I don't even care. I just put 2 cans in. Who cares? Because you're pretty close to a full run, but you could go a can and a half and kind of try to push it.
Question is that may be why we're looking at the 3 drivers that are out front.
Right.
Because they may have taken less fuel. Now the question is can they go the distance? Now they've got Bob the Biscuit Seminara out there, leading them. He's going to be using up the most fuel. We've seen Brian Schilling use this philosophy and ended up winning. They're not going to, Brian's going to sit right there behind Seminara and just say, go ahead, waste your gas. I'm good.
Terry Bombard is clear on his black flag as well. So these guys are all running. Unfortunately, they're all probably fairly far behind now. Waugh, Godfrey, Sullins, Bombard, Paglia.
Good job, though, for Greg Palmer there. Just have to give him a shout-out on that. Stayed out a little bit longer, pitted with a bunch of the guys there, and is currently in the 4th position. Mark Paglia decides to move over and let Greg Palmer go so he can get to the back bumper of Chuck McClure there. As they now just starting to put Randy Waugh, I believe that's going to put Randy, 1 lap down.
See, that move by Palmer, like you're
mentioning, for him, that was one of the drivers that got spun around there and caught up in the incident on pit road when they pitted under a green flag position. I got to take a drink here for a minute. But pitted under green flag and no yellow flag came out when they had an incident on pit road.
Yeah, speaking of Palmer, when he decides to stay out past those guys, it's like, well, is it going to work?
Yeah,
well, it worked. Like he's up in 4th now. It's crazy. So great pit stop. Maybe he knew he had to get to a certain lap count and try to push the amount of fuel that he was taking. Like if he can cut it down to 1 can, I don't think you could make it on 1 can, 14 to go. As I'm thinking, you're getting half a can's about 5 or 6 laps, right?
Look at the top 4 drivers, though. They all run in RTG. They all run here at ASR on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
No slouch. None of them. Even Randy, Mark Paglia back there just in the 5th position in that run is a lap down with a little bit of damage. Randy Waugh, these guys are no stranger to the super speedway racing. So now, what do? Are you Bob the Biscuit Seminara? What are you going to do? He's going to do what he's doing right now. He's leading. He's going to be out there. He's just going to do whatever he can, and he's looking in that rear view mirror more than he is forward.
Best
Brian
thing with
Schilling.
Paglia, remember too that Paglia and Noir are lapped down. So they're not
Yep,
even on
that's
the
what-
lead
I
lap
said
right
that.
there, but they are definitely
They could come into play with this.
helping.
Now you
Yeah.
got Brian Schilling, current points leader. Now,
Excuse me.
you're Brian, you're up on, Josh McCallick by 5 points going in, as we see it. Do you stay in second? Do you go for the win? Chuck McClure, I have to check real quick, see where Chuck is in points. I don't see him in the top 10. So, does Chuck help Brian? You know what I mean?
I think it's so
And
cool
you got-
that we're looking at 7 cars in the lead pack, but only 3 of them are actually in the lead lap. And this right here,
4.
in Garland Davis.
The top 4 right in that line right there are on the lead lap.
Oh, right, yeah. 7
Palmer's on the lead lap.
and Palmer. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. And then
I
you've
am,
got
I am back, guys. Sorry about
All right,
that. I
bud.
had to step away.
You're all good.
Garland Davis is 7.5 seconds behind, leading that pack there of Carroll
2
and Shin.
cars. Now, if you look at that front group, we're coming up here right now, 5 laps to go. They're running really nice and tight. Becker's right there behind him. I think he has a little bit of damage, unable to really kind of hang with them. He's been kind of dropping off to the side a little bit. Needs to get right directly behind him, kind of tuck in behind Randy Waugh there. I don't know how many laps down he is. Trying to check that out just to see him and Randy Waugh. So Randy Waugh's 1 lap ahead of him.
Oh, yeah.
He's not fighting for position, but he is. He's fighting position between David Chin, Bobby Farrell, and are all on the same lap. He is. But he wants to stay right where he is. But now we're getting down to it here. Who is going to make the step out? Who's going to go with who? Or are we going to see this race finish just the way they are right now in line? Who knows?
Either way, I think you're seeing teamwork at its best right here. Either way it goes.
That was the question. We see a lot of, the top 4, they run here, they all run at RTG. So we know they all work together. Who goes with who if they do go? Or are you Brian, like I said, are you Brian Schilling? Are you content with second? You know what I mean?
I think Brian Schilling considers where Josh Metallic, his closest threat, is right now. I think he's content to finish this. Actually, and personally, I'm rooting for the 712 because from a stats point of view, that would be 7 races with 7 different winners.
Wow.
Would be awesome. And like I said, do you guys just stay in line, say it's a great points thing? Chuck McClure's really not in the points. He's not in the top 10 of points. He hasn't run every race this year. Most of the time he's here for one thing and one thing only. I'm just here to win.
Yeah.
But does he sit back and say, well, my buddy Brian Schilling's in front of me, or is he a fan of Bob the Biscuit Seminary? Do we go that route? You got Greg Palmer back there. Greg Palmer. He don't like to just sit back there and ride. He wants to win this thing. We're getting down to it. We're almost down to 3 laps to go here. Who, is anybody going to make a move, or are we just going to see them finish the way they are?
You said, you even asked, you said, the 17 of Chuck McClure, does he just ride or does he try to win? Now, when have you ever known Chuck McClure to ride? Of course, he's going to go for the win. Greg Palmer, he got nothing to lose,
Oh yeah, that's my point. You got, like I said, Mark Paglia and Randy Waugh back there, 2 great super speedway racers. They may have a little bit of damage. Are they interested in getting their laps back? No, but you think about it. Who are they going to help? Who's their buddy in front of them?
That's always the thing I love is like if you're a lap down and you're assisting these guys right now, who like a big assist is coming up. If somebody decides to hop out and they decide to push one or the other.
They got to do it now.
Those
Coming
guys
into
are
the
white
last
flag.
lap.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to figure it out. And we're going to get an answer real quick. If they stay right like they are, we know they're just happy and content where they are. But when you get to that backstretch, just see what happens. Who gets the good push? Who starts pounding that rear bumper? If we don't see that, we know they're just going to finish where they are and let it ride.
3 cars back there, kind of leaving a gap. Now they're getting a run, actually.
Those are laps.
If somebody's going to make it happen, they got to do it right
do it now. Not
Yeah.
doing anything about it.
I wonder why
There goes
they're
Brian
not
Schilling.
back
Okay,
up.
there we go. tried to go to the bottom. Whoa,
man.
almost
No
contact.
contact.
Biscuit goes down there. He's going to come back up in front of McClure here. Just you watch. Playing the mirror game. Look at that. Brian Schilling's going to drop back 2 positions. But still
That's
great
okay.
points
There it
tonight.
is.
Yeah, why not? You know, the greater the risk, the greater the reward. So, you know, again, and Schilling, none of these guys had nothing to lose.
I
I
like
mean, that's
Brian. I like Brian, but I also love interviewing Greg Palmer. So
Oh, he's
Great
definitely
run.
one of the better cast of characters.
absolutely. He is so much fun to hang out. I love to party with that guy because I bet you that's a good time.
I'm guessing there's probably going to be pints and chicken wings involved if you party with him.
I imagine they are, but Bob the Biscuit Seminary is going to come out through with the win. Chuck McClure second, Greg Palmer third. Brian Schilling's going to lose a few spots there, but he's going to come back out there in the 4th spot. As you look back, I don't see Josh Metallic until we get to the 13th, so that's a great points night for him. 5th, that's going to be Denny Carroll. He's been running up there through the most of the night. Bob the Biscuit Seminary is going to lead the most laps. And ironically, the fastest car tonight, we just brought that up, is 199.44 miles an hour. Garland Davis, Brian's new friend.
Yeah, he's doing well for himself. I'll tell you what, for just his second try out, you know, he's turning some heads over here for sure.
Rounding out your top 10, that's going to be Garland Oaks. But then we got Mike Mangelark, RJ Cabana, and rounding up the top 10, Cy Jones for the top 10 tonight. Very, very good job for Cy Jones.
The broadcast may have heard a little shout out there, said, "Look at me." That was the 38 of
Yep.
Rodney Sullins, so I took a quick look, and he was out of fuel rolling over the start-finish line.
Somebody did play the fuel line.
Yep. I'm like, what do you mean, look at you? I'm looking at Seminary do a burnout. So I flipped over to Rodney, and he's rolling through the tri-oval doing 60 mile an hour. He had no gas, but he made it to the line, so there you go.
Bob the Biscuit Seminary doing backwards burnouts on the wall.
You call him Bob the Biscuit.
Well, so we did a mega marathon race, and in one of the teams, they did the Air Force team cars. So everybody had a call sign. So there was, I forget who the drivers were, but Bob was Bob the Biscuit Seminary. And I happened to be not racing in it. I happened to be in the booth. So I noticed that. So all night long, I called, everybody their name and put their call sign in the middle of it. And I've never stopped calling him Bob the Biscuit Seminary since.
It's funny. It sounds like you're calling a horse race or something,
Yeah, well,
Bob
something
Biscuit
he-
pulling up the outside. Underwear and bubblegum are in the stretch. Turkey and chicken are neck and neck.
So, it's kind of like, when we say something like a Ulysses Sandoval, the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, Ulysses Poppy Sandoval, so.
Yeah. No, these guys did a good job, man.
Very good race.
Palmer,
Too cautious.
he's always sneaky.
Thanks to
Too
Frank
cautious all night.
Divins. Thanks to Frank Divins, too, for the generics. I don't know why the 712 wasn't working, but at least we got to look at a cool Hot Wheels car.
To get that fixed up, because, it's a Hot Wheels car is cool, but, that's not right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I apologize to Bob. I've had that 712 in my hard drive for a long time. I even took the file that Rod Weston sent me, and it asked me to overwrite it. It still didn't work, so I don't know what's going on my end. But
All right. Well, one of my favorite interviews for the night, Greg Palmer, you got Rod, Brian, and Blaine in the Tarnation TV booth live. Do you got a copy?
I have you guys. What's going on?
That as soon as you got third, I'm like, man, I love this, because I get to interview the one and the only Greg Palmer. It's one of the best interviews you can ever get out there. So. But anyways, I'm not going to be the guy that interviews you right off. We'll let Brian Wolf take care of that. So Brian Wolf, take it away.
Hello, Wolfie.
Hello, man. G to the R to the double G. Man, great race tonight. As usual, sneaky, hanging around there up front most of the night. Well, kind of mid-packish, but man, tell us about your race.
Oh, back and forth, back and forth. I got involved in that wreck early. Luckily, there wasn't a lot of damage. Those 20-pound sledgehammers do come in handy. Yeah, raced my way back up. Last pit stop, I took a tank. I'm sorry, I took a can and gambled and caught up with the leaders as they were passing me. Stayed on air. Had help from my teammate Mark Pagley, who was a lap down. He stayed with me so I could catch up to Schilling and Seminara and McClure, and stayed with them. And I knew they were burping it. They were saving it, which saved me too. So just so happens, turn 4, I was down to 3 pounds towards the checkers. Yeah. So luckily, Schilling, he lost pressure, and I passed him, and here I am.
So that makes sense of it. So I was kind of looking at it in the fact of what were you guys going to do. Then I saw Schilling drop down, so I figured, well, maybe he's trying to make a move, and it didn't work out. But now we know that he ran out of fuel on that last little bit. But amazed me was you stayed out on that last run just a little bit longer than everybody else, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to work, just because you might not come out in the right spot. Like you said, come out with Paglia. You guys were able to be close enough to catch up to that draft, so that worked out really well for you.
Yeah, they passed us. We were going at a good clip.
Still winding the end up, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when they passed us, I mean, it was only a few miles an hour more. So with Pags, I was holding on to Pags' bumper, and then when we got close, he let me pass him so he could get behind me so I can save fuel. So worked out.
Very good race.
That's outstanding, Greg. And I got to thank you for your participation in our sponsorship thing, man. A few weeks back, you did the Easy Auto Detailing 175, I believe it was. And man, that race was a success. And man, you're one of those guys that it just makes our racing better, man. You bring a lot of talent, a lot of experience to the table, along with always participating and contributing to the leagues you race in. Man, you're just an asset to this league. I know it.
I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you. Yeah, I look forward to helping out this league. This league is great, man. It's growing. It's growing every week. And a lot of us, most of us here, I would say, okay, everybody here that participates, they want to see this league succeed. So if you guys decide to do the sponsorship again, I'm in. And I know a bunch of us will help too. So.
Absolutely, man. We thank you for that. It's like, again, it's guys like you, drivers like yourself that make this what it is. I mean, you are our product, so we couldn't ask for more than that.
I'm just one of many, so thank you.
Right. We appreciate it, man. And as always, man, great performance tonight. Just again, tough to beat these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I hated where I pitted 29th, but when you come into that line to pit and you don't know how many cars behind you are going to slow down, because I have to slow down first. And but it worked out. I avoided a lot of things except for that first wreck, but luckily, like I said earlier, my car wasn't damaged that much. It must have been like 3 seconds with the hammer and I was gone. So
yeah, so I even said it during the broadcast. We did have fewer yellows this week, but man, the ones we had were hit hard, some of these guys, and we felt bad about that. But it's the nature of the beast. It's the game we choose to play, and these things happen. But man, good job tonight. Good point tonight for you.
Thanks. What happened to the Canadian? Where is he?
I'm up here.
Hi, honey.
Oh, hey, man. Yeah, it's just one of those things where behind the scenes, I'm saving pictures, I'm getting replays ready, I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff, so these guys take care of all the yakking.
Oh, 10-4.
Yeah. But congratulations on the win. That was awesome.
Appreciate that, Blaine. Thank you.
Even though
he was third,
even though it was third place, right?
make sure you get my good side, Blaine. Thank you.
I will. No problem.
Has a good side?
It'll have a 712 on the side. That's the good side tonight.
Ooh, bastardo.
Low blow.
Anyway, well, we hope you come back and do it again next week, Greg. Appreciate you, man. Any shout outs? Any people you want to talk to?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys, all the admins here. Yourself, Wolf, Rossin, Mr. Sullins, Garland, Spring, Mike, Mr. Breedlove, Mr. Wester. I like you up there in the booth. You're
better. You feel safer in the
You're
booth,
harmless.
right?
Yeah, you're.
He knew exactly what you were going to say. That was hilarious.
I got to thank Summers, man, for painting my car. My car looks sweet out there. Yeah, I mean, thanks to everybody that runs the league, man. This is the place to be on a Saturday night.
Very, very, very well said there, buddy. So congratulations on third place, and you got, 3 more to go. You got to go out there and get a win, and
Let's go.
I'm gonna try. Let me just thank my teammates. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
Mr. Ross and Mr. Sullins, Mark Paglia, John Goffrey tonight, DMC, McCarthy. We were all out there helping each other, and yeah, I mean, some of them got caught up, but we'll get them next week, guys. We'll get them next week.
All right. Congratulations, bud. Looking forward to it, and we'll see you. Hopefully, I'll be racing with you on Thursday in the Bones Memorial race if I am able to make it in.
Oh, don't threaten me like that, pal.
Got a new Sunderland's car, dude. It is sweet.
Yes, I saw it. Yes, very nice.
Very nice. He does awesome work. So congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Greg.
10-4. Thank you.
Greg Palmer, man, that guy is definitely one of the icons of the sim community,
But what I told you, I said he's one of the best and funniest guys to interview. It's so much fun.
Asset?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got Blaine, we got Brian, and we got Rod live in the Tarnation TV booth. Chuck McClure, you got a copy?
Guys, how you doing?
Did you crack that gentleman jack yet, or?
Since practice, yes, sir.
Since practice. All right. Well, Brian, we've got some questions for you, buddy. So here we go. Take it away, Brian.
Well, I've got one. Well, maybe more of a statement than a question. But we were watching it at the end there, and we were kind of bantering back and forth on, getting down to the laps. What are these guys going to do? And you were there all night. I mean, you were hovering around in the top 10 the whole evening, even when you got spread out. But at the end there, Rod was posing the question, what do you think the 17 is going to do? Is he going to help out Schilling, or is he going to try to win the race? And I had to say it. I said, the 17 car, Chuck McClure, have you ever known him to just ride? Of course he got nothing to lose. He's going to win this race. You know what I mean? So it really shook out and gave you a better position coming in home second, man. Good job.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Fuel was a question. I knew Brian was going to run out. It was very questionable if I would have enough, and the 22 as well. Bob had us covered on fuel and speed, but we did what we could, and then Brian made a move to get down, and he got blocked, and I thought, I can't lose my momentum here. So second, I guess, first loser.
So I have a question then. I got a question here. So basically, you guys just let Bob win by not adding enough fuel. Is that it?
Well, we were 6 seconds back when we made that last pit stop, and we had to take a can, and I think Bob took a can and a half. He had plenty. That's the only way we were going to catch up with him, and that's what we did, and it worked.
So I get that, but what I'm saying is you guys had nothing for him. So Bob's going to sit there, and we're gonna talk about that in his interview. That you really had an advantage. These guys couldn't catch you.
Well, I think he had an idea that was going on that we weren't going to tell him, that's for sure. And if he'd have messed up, I'd have passed him if I could.
See, we knew that. Brian's right. We knew you were going to do it. If you could get him, you would have gone for it. So basically, looking at it like that, you basically Brian Schilling, yourself, Greg Palmer. If we had to say it, you were just going to ride and keep your positions just because you didn't have the fuel to be able to do anything else.
Well, no, we were going to make a move. We were going to either spit and sputter, or we were going to wreck, or we were going to win. One of the three. No, we weren't going to let him.
Okay. We'll let him know that then for sure. So.
Another great job tonight, Chuck. Anybody want to? That's a usual for you, though. I mean, like I said during the broadcast, I've never known you to lay down for any reason. You know what I mean? Like you're not content with second place ever, and that makes it exciting to watch you, man. It's really fun to watch you.
I appreciate that, and losing sucks.
But you got second, man.
Anyway, good job.
All
Come
right.
back and do it again next week, man. You got anybody you want to talk to, shout out to, thank?
Well, you guys that put this league on, this is awesome, and the Parts Barn, and of course Tarnation TV, awesome time to watch it again. All my friends and family watching at home, people at Marshall County Schools. In case you couldn't tell by the way I drive a race car, I am a school bus driver.
Boy.
Good Lord.
Rodney for painting the car, Brian for working with me and helping me out, and all you guys that put this show on, it's great.
One quick question before we let you go. You've only run. This is your 5th race of the season. You missed one out there. You gonna commit to maybe next season, come in here and see if you can't, take a championship from these guys?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try that. The local dirt tracks will be shutting down. There won't be really anything to do on Saturday night. I'm too ugly to go out on a date, so I think I'm going to try to race.
Now, Chuck, you said you're a school bus driver. What age are the kids that you drive?
Usually middle school and high school, but I do have one kindergartner, so that's a little bit of a chore keeping his ears closed, if you will.
Okay, yeah. God bless you, man. I would have never guessed that a guy that races like you was a school bus driver, but man, that's really cool. Very noble profession, man. I appreciate it. And get some rest, buddy.
Well, I actually drive the bus just like I do my race car. It's just so slow nobody could tell.
All right, but congratulations on your 2nd place finish, and looking forward to you coming back here next season and see if you can steal this championship away from him. So good job.
Appreciate it, guys.
Last but not least, you got Brian and Rod in the Tarnation TV booth live. Bob the Biscuit Seminarity, you got a copy?
I got you, boys. I'm down in Victory Lane.
Oh, I got to ask the question tonight by Brian Wolf. Why do you keep calling him Bob the Biscuit Seminary? And it was one of those, what do they call that? Mega marathon races. You guys were in the Air Force cars, and you guys had call signs, and I don't remember the rest of your teammates and what their names were, but the Bob the Biscuit Seminary has always stuck with me.
Yeah, Jeffrey asked me, and I said, well, my nickname is Biscuits, so so Bobby Biscuits.
There you go. 21 laps led on the night. Great night for you. Looking at the points, where is Bob the Biscuit Seminary? I don't see him in the top 10. What's up with that?
This might be my first race this season.
Yeah, I don't even see you in the points at all. You're right. So you just showed up to stink up the show. All right, well, we're going to let Brian Wolf ask you some questions here, so hold on a minute.
I told those guys, Bob, good job tonight. I told those guys during the broadcast, I was rooting for you there at the end because out of 7 races, you're our 7th winner. So from a stats point of view, good job tonight. But
nice.
Great performance. As always, coming to us from RTG. I mean, you're no stranger to this track. You're no stranger to this format and this style of racing. And just great performance, man. I've seen you win races before and always a threat, man. Good job. Tell us how you did it.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. It's fun over here. It was a clean race. I didn't do any stupid gambling. Kept track position. Had a couple of good green flag stops. It was key there to get around Denny and Cabana. I guess they went low to get ready to pit, and Mark stayed with me and Garland, and we went around them, and I got my track position. But I was a sitting duck there at the end with Brian and Chuck, and the couple, and Palmer was there too. But yeah, they had me outnumbered, but it worked out.
Well, see, you didn't know the whole story, though. The guys behind you had you outnumbered. They couldn't quite make it on fuel. They were very, very close. I think Palmer said that when he hit the line, he had 3 pounds of fuel. Brian Schellen actually ran out of gas, and Chuck McClure didn't have enough to contend with you. So I told him, I said, you guys are going to let him out there and win? And they go, oh, no, we were going to get him. they didn't have anything for you, bud. You were running max power. They were a little underpowered there, coming around to that last lap.
Yeah, I wasn't sure of that though. I had nobody in my
I know.
ear, so I had a 4-second lead when me and Mark pitted, and then next thing I know, they came out of the pits right behind me. So I kind of figured they gambled. I took a can and a half. They must have only took a can, but they worked good together, and I thought maybe they wouldn't have waited till the end, and got in front of me, but they raced clean and ran with me, and we're trying to conserve too.
And you're wrong. This is your second race of the season. The first one you finished within the top 10, not the top 5. So, but you got to come over there and run a whole 10-race season, dude. See what you can do. You might be able to sneak a championship away from some of these guys.
Yeah. I do remember that race. I was going for the win, and Chuck came up third lane and blocked me. I think I came 7th, but yeah, that was a fun race too.
Blaine, we're going to let you ask a question. You haven't done that all night. Do you got any questions for Bob the Biscuit Seminary?
Messenger said if you come back here next week or no, next season, they were saying they might be in cahoots with the Trophy Hut, tonight's sponsor, to get some hardware out of this stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, hardware is always attractive. Yeah, I like that.
There you go. No, man, awesome run as always. I always love the fuel runs and such night and day contrast. Unfortunately, to last week's race, this race was phenomenal. So, yeah, thanks for doing what you do. It's great to watch.
Yeah, thanks, Blaine. I appreciate it. I'm glad I wasn't fuel gambling because I don't like those kind of races. But me, I had it filled up. But yeah, it's all good.
Quentin,
Yeah, that was
watching too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Great performance tonight, Bob. As always, I know I probably sound like a broken record, but man, I was watching Schilling there at the end, and I think he waited about a corner too late because you did throw just the right amount of, you pinned him down just enough to where they weren't going to get you at the line, man. That was a pretty exciting finish to watch. You're always fun guy to watch, man, and we hope you come back again.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Yeah, I got a little wide there going down the backstretch, but I was going to move up. If he had me, I was going to let him have it, but he said he sputtered anyway. But yeah, you gotta be wide, but you gotta be clean.
Well, there you go. So, you got anybody and everybody you'd like to thank for whatever, the people that got you here, families, friends that let you do this. Floor is yours.
Oh, I got a bunch of stuff. Bear with me.
Oh boy, here we go. Take a deep breath. Let her.
Yeah. So, number one, Dennis McCarthy for putting up for this race, and trophyhut.com. Your trophy needs, go there. Do that. ASR, the server here. David Chin, Redline Performance, and of course Kenny and Brian running this thing. Blaine and Rod, you guys at Tarnation TV. I'll definitely go back and watch this. Rodney Solons and Solons Paints. Of course, mine, Mobs Motors and Bernie's Paints. That's my deal. Shadows on Fire on Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook. That's Q and Katie, LC, and Diana. And had a good time, guys.
And don't forget Brian Wolf, man. Come on.
I did. I said Kenny and Brian.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure,
Oh yeah.
In the booth, he was up in the booth. You think Blaine and I, didn't thank him for being in the booth too.
Yeah,
I get it.
no.
I mean, he's a pain in the butt.
No, dude.
We
Yeah,
had
I
to
know
deal
he,
with
I
him.
know
You know
he
what I mean?
runs this, so yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win, buddy, and hopefully, like I said, get back in next season. Let's see if you can show these boys what you can do in a 10 race season when you run every race. So,
If I can, I'll do it. But thank you.
Absolutely.
Good job,
Bob.
buddy.
We're always glad to have you. Come back over the next few weeks, man. We really do have some exciting stuff coming up. I know you guys do too, with Bones Race coming up, and all these featured events, man. We've a lot of exciting stuff going on in the sim community, and we're just glad to have you, man. Good job tonight. Great win. It was fun to watch.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Good job, buddy.
You guys have a good week. Thanks.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh, there we go.
Hey.
I'll be
That's how you
racing
do it.
tomorrow night. I'll be racing tomorrow night. Unfortunately, I signed up for the mega marathon race, and thank God I'm not in the booth because those are long. But I will be racing. I think I forget the name of the team I'm running for, but Jeff Elliott's part of it. It's I'm running with and for Pat McCarsky tomorrow night. So it'll be fun to go out there and race a little bit and have some fun.
Yeah, cool. I was supposed to race in that, but we got to be in Toronto tomorrow for a concert.
Yep.
So the first one we've seen in months, and it ended up landed on the same date as the Mega. I almost put the wheel back on the front of the desk.
I haven't taken mine off, but of course, mine doesn't come off like everybody else's. Mine's screwed to the table, so I have to unbolt it to do that.
I was thinking of doing that actually because I got the two computers. I
Doesn't
can still
move.
run the game on the old computer. I could put it in a different room or something.
Now, with the TSW, the way that it hooks to the table, it has like some sandpaper tape, and when that sandpaper tape wears off, you have to fight with it. It's simple. You know, clean off the old thing, put new one on, and away you go. And I think after the second time of doing that, I went out in the garage, grabbed some deck screws, and just went, wah. You've heard me do it. And it's down on the table, and it doesn't come off.
Yeah, big lag bolts right through there, clamps. It's not moving. It's all one piece, is what you're saying, yeah.
The worst thing in racing is when you're holding onto the steering wheel, and you kind of, something happens, and you pull back a little bit just because it happens, and next thing you know, you're holding the wheel in your lap. It's not fun.
Yeah, that's a catastrophe. But it was not a catastrophe. This race was not a catastrophe at all.
A great race. Two cautions for 7 laps. You know, it was awesome race.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, the two yellows that we did have were
very early.
They were early, and they took a few guys out very early.
Violent,
which was they were violent crashes, and overall good race, guys. I wanted to take the opportunity earlier just to mention again, we really do have, there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Next week we have a really special event planned as a part of our host a race thing. It's another points event, but next week is really going to be an epic. I think we have a really strong topic to talk about next week, and we've got
Garland Davis is still in TeamSpeak. If you want to bring him down, we can talk to him for a little bit. It's up to you guys.
No, that's not necessary. I was just going to say, I just wanted to mention that race, and then also, Nate Balser's race is coming up.
That's right around the corner, ain't it?
Yeah, late September 19th. But it's getting here, slow but sure. It'll be here before we know it. We have that, and then there's Bones' race that they just mentioned. His memorial race. Lots of good one in him. Where they honor a lot of drivers, but Bones especially was a huge part of this community, and just a blow to the sim racing community, and so they're doing that to honor him. And then we just got a lot of exciting stuff coming up, man. OSW is going to be starting a new thing here, I think, pretty soon, and we're kind of rooting for those guys. So yeah, there's so much stuff going on. Good race tonight, guys. Thank you again. You always make us look better than we actually are, and we really appreciate you guys being on board with us.
Yeah, man. No, that's thanks for having us. It's amazing to be here doing this stuff with you guys. It's a great crop of drivers and a great turnout again. 30 guys showing up tonight. Yeah, show. People are watching it. Over 100 views again, live views. So most of these videos get up over 200 within a week. So
and did you know we're up to 471 subscribers? That's awesome. We're getting there.
We're creeping on
creeping
that
up to
500.
that one. And I'm on Team Shake and Bake. I just turned Facebook on, and there it is, right in the front.
Sweet. There you go. Yeah, guys, have fun tomorrow in the Mega Marathon race. That'll be cool. Of course.
Yeah, I'll be watching that. I'll be rooting for you, Rod.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, that'll be over on Flat Out Racing Network, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
It is correct, yeah.
Yep. And of course, next week we are, as you can see there, back at Maverick at New Hampshire. Of course, we'll be back here next Saturday. And then
the return of
Speedway.
Austin the Bandit, LaPlante. We'll be back on the track this weekend. Looking forward to that for him.
Massive suspension has been served.
I don't know what he did wrong, but boy, he pissed in somebody's Cheerios, that's for sure.
I think it was something to do with explosive devices and sabotage and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, something happened. He went and slashed a bunch of tires.
Maybe he tied a noose on the door or something. I don't know what it was. He definitely got on somebody's nerves.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and thank
yeah.
you one last time and let you guys close it up. I got to get down here to the reviews. They're usually they're done by the time I can get down there. But I'm gonna see if I can't sneak in kind of unnoticed.
There you go. All right, buddy.
So
Thanks, Brian.
thank
See
you
you next
guys
week.
so much, and yeah, we will see you next week definitely.
Absolutely.
Awesome. See you, dude.
All right, well, another one in the books. That was a pretty good race, actually. They did, 2 cautions for 7 laps. A lot of, got some green flag racing in, which is great. We always love to see that.
Yeah.
All in all, great race. Surprising, really, if you think about it. Greg Palmer being able to do what he did, get himself in there. Brian Schillen, Chuck McClure, and Greg Palmer on a different fuel strategy that probably wasn't going to win them the race, but if they went the other way, they're not going to be in the top 5. So, that was pretty good. And Bob the Biscuit Salmonair, getting it done. So we got to get that guy over here on a Saturday constantly. I think he can probably walk away with the championship. He's got to do it.
Yeah, such a great race, like a contrast from last week with 10 or 11 yellows that we had. I think it was 37 laps under yellow, and today there's only 6. So it sometimes that stuff happens. That's a 1 in 100 kind of thing. Like they happen every once in a while. So unfortunately, that happened last week. Not so much this week. It's a completely different thing. Usually, when something like that does happen, the next race is really good. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say because I wasn't there.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna
Bad
stick
luck.
to it. Because
Yep.
I was off racing my go-kart, the things that I do. Won my 9th race in a row, and
Nice.
so I was just out having fun. And by the time I got home, you guys were already done. I sat down, mixed up a drink, watched the broadcast. Had a it was a longer one, but it was a good one as well. So it was pretty good. And I was glad to see Robert Breedlove win. Chris Van Vliet coming in and getting 2nd. That was cool for him. Hasn't really run much this season, but he, appears in off and on, so that was awesome for him. And then of course, Ken Roberts, one of the man. He's always running good at there and come out in 3rd. So that was it was good for them. Like I said, too many cautions, but hey, it was still a pretty decent race.
Yeah, and then lots of good points for some people too. I mean, the bad races always come to an end, and you still get your points. So making it to the end is definitely. Like you said, it takes longer, but when it happens, it happens. We'll deal with it when it does. But yeah, as always, thanks for the 30 guys who showed up this evening to race in this thing. Thanks to Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales for sponsorships, and of course Dennis McCarthy also for hosting the race tonight with the Trophy Hut. The Trophy Hut, of course. It's right up here. And all the viewers on the YouTube chat live or on replay, thank you very much if you do watch it live, and if you are watching on replay, that's cool too. And we're almost getting to that. We're within 30 of 500 subscribers on this thing, so I'm curious to see what options get unlocked in the YouTube environment, but we'll deal with that when we get there. I say when, not if, because it will happen.
Around 460, then all of a sudden I just happened to look over and I'm like, hey, check it out. We went up some, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And of course, thank you, Brian Wolf, for sitting in there, and Rod Weston as well.
Oh, yeah, you know me. I'm always here. Just why? Got no life,
We're always floating around here somewhere.
Yeah.
As
no
always.
Life. But we Valheim, but no life,
Yeah. That's fun, though. That's Valheim is life. What are you going to do?
Right. Exactly. See? He knows.
Yeah, you're not going to. There's no broadcasting when Valheim version 1 comes out because we're going to be busy.
Yeah. We're going to be starting over and having some fun.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, thanks to everybody involved. Always awesome hanging out here on a Saturday night with ASR. We will see everybody on Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time back at the Maverick Cup Series. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.
for Grandma. Me too. He got it at Bryant Motorsports on High Street in Portsmouth. She's really gonna love it. I know, right? If you need a car, give us a call at 393-2600. That's 393-2600.
At the Parts Barn Used Auto Parts, we're crushing cars and prices. The last Saturday of every month is half price. We pull for you, or you pull your own and save even more. Call or search inventory at partsbarnva.com. The Parts Barn, Suffolk and Portsmouth.